Hey everyone, I'm really not sure how to get this video started or how it's going to end or really what's going to be in between. But it's time I face myself fully. I realize that all these discoveries I've had, there's still one lurking question. Who am I? I understand I'm a loving being. I understand that's surely what's at the core of me. I don't want to be of service to others, that's all I really want to be. The thing is, I did that at the expense of myself in a lot of situations, especially relationships. And I formed an ego before I got sick, and looking at it now, must have been a defense mechanism. I didn't want to be hurt anymore. Logical side of the brain. I missed my bus today, and I'm feeling like shit. It's Saturday. I had to leave work early. I was in so much pain, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years, and I don't know. It's really hard to put into words the hell that I've been through, and I will. I can. I just right now. Once there's some emotional stuff, and a lot of the times I've expressed myself during these times. A lot of the times I've hid as well, and I think most people do hide, through things like addictions, and I've hid through many addictions, smoking weed. At one point, I was up to like 25 bongs a day. Hide it through food. You don't even really realize it either. You don't realize what these cravings are all about and everything else. But when you hide it through the ego, you get angry. You get angry at other people, and you blame everyone but yourself. I've been doing a lot of introspective work for a long time, and really being the person, and expressing and being that person that I truly am for a long while now. But I haven't really got it out in videos. So I'm calling sick again today to work because I'm just absolutely beat. I don't feel like I can go on any longer living, going to work every day and doing this all and still being ill and still not getting to the bottom of this. So I'm going to pose the question of who I am, and I'm going to meditate on it for as long as necessary today to get the realest answer possible. I'm also doing a fast. I'm going to do a full juice fast for as long as it takes to eliminate the sickness. I did a spit test the other day, which is do a spit test for candida, and I failed it miserably. I definitely have candida. It's a type of yeast infection which causes tons of not just physical problems but mental problems as well. And nutritionists I'm seeing right now and such, it's saying that it's your gut feeling is that it's a lot more than just that too. So I went through some fucking terrible relationships. I went through brutal pain. Like at times, at one point or 4 days, I wasn't able to eat, just constantly puking. I went to the hospital. The second time I went to the hospital for the same thing. I wouldn't stop puking bile and the sweat pouring down like a waterfall off me. First time I was, which happened about 2 years ago. Came home from work and just feeling incredibly nauseous, and just started puking bile and the sweat streaming out of my head just as much as the puke, and I couldn't even move. I had to get my girlfriend at the time to call 911 and get an ambulance to drive me to the hospital, and then it put me on gravel and intravenous, and I stayed overnight, and I was eventually, able to leave the next day. But I was never the same after that. I just wake up every single morning nauseous, unable to eat, throwing up what I ate, and then it just never stopped. Every morning I'd have to wake up with it. Every day I had to deal with it. And it brought on mental issues that were probably always there, but they just became too damn obvious, and worse because I'm in pain all day, so eventually led to suicidal thoughts. Through all the medical doctors I went to, I never got a diagnosis. They weren't able to tell me what my issue was. They put me on different pills, different things, and it didn't get any better, it just got worse. And then, there's the second time that I just started puking bile and it wouldn't stop, and again, the stream of sweat, and the body is so weak, and like literally, it wouldn't, it was almost every fucking 5-10 minutes, and then, then it ended up being like every hour, and then eventually I just said, I gotta go to the hospital again, and they said it was food poisoning, so, go home, figure it out. I needed the gravel and intravenous, so again, they didn't give it to me. So I had to go on 4 days like that. 4 whole days, I wasn't able to eat. I was puking, I was going through fucking hell. It's gotten better, though. A whole fucking shitload of reading, a whole fucking shitload of movie watching, a whole shitload of introspective work, expressing myself, writing down on paper, expressing to others, trying to figure out what's going on. Like, just an example of some of the books that I've been reading. Let's see here. I go to the library a lot, however, that's not even, not even close to the full amount of the books that I've been reading, but some days, well, put on top of all this, I was living still in a friggin' off-campus residence at the time, in a one room with my girlfriend who we were having issues with, along with the sickness. And then I wasn't able to work or anything, obviously, so I was letting so much out and everything was getting closer. I was getting right into the moment, I wasn't living in the past or future anymore. I was just being real with everything that I am, and I was able to start my own business. Well, in this state, I was getting better at the time, I guess a little better than I was explaining about, obviously constantly puking and not being able to stop, but I was still having mornings where, it was absolutely brutal. This went on for like a year. Just that, every morning waking up nauseous, usually puking after I ate and such. And just constantly feeling that nausea, constantly feeling nulling stomach pain, discomfort. I still have to deal with stomach pain and discomfort, but when I get my diet right, when I use my breathing, when I use breathing techniques and real with myself and understand the ego in my mind, realize that I'm not my thoughts, everything's alright.